Hi, I'm Naomi.
I'm Katie.
And welcome to Latis TV Gaming News, bringing you all the gaming news straight from South Korea. First up today, of course, a story about PUBG.
Yeah, Bluehole had a hallmark week as it announced last Tuesday that its flagship battle royale shooter PUBG has surpassed 400 million players. That rather substantial figure comes from worldwide players across all available platforms: Steam, Kakao, DMM, Mail.ru, Xbox One, iOS, and Android. To commemorate the benchmark, PUBG was discounted for the first time on Steam. If you're one of the 7 people on Earth who have yet to play, you can get your hands on a copy on Steam for around a third of the regular price until July 5th.
Korean developers Come To Us recently marked the 4th anniversary of its global service for Summoners War by releasing a celebratory video. Summoners War first launched globally back in June 2014 and has consistently grown in popularity ever since. Last year saw the first Summoners War World Arena Championship, a global esports tournament held in Los Angeles, with 10 different nationalities represented. To celebrate its global fanbase, Come To Us put together a video of some of its most popular streamers from all across the world wishing Summoners War a happy 4th anniversary.
Nexon has begun its Maplestory Korea Summer Update Black Mage. The huge update will be split into several patches and see heroes gather to prepare for the final epic battle with the Black Mage. Nexon released a teaser trailer for the Maple Alliance's players can join to take on new missions and gain new ranks. The requirements for leveling up have been eased up and all classes will benefit from a new 5th job skill in order to boost your chances of taking on the Black Mage. On top of all that, there are also new equipment, items, and maps lined up. Nexon also partnered with Korean singer Ha Hyun-woo to create the Black Mage's theme song, Darkness. The Gathering of Heroes patch went live on the 21st, with the subsequent updates, Prelude of War and Labyrinth, scheduled for release in July.
And speaking of July, Nexon has announced that they will also be starting the second closed beta test for Maplestory 2 next month. The general manager of Nexon America, Jung-soo Lee, made the announcement on the official site's producer's blog. He said while specific dates are yet to be finalised, the closed beta test will definitely be taking place in July. He went on to address why the Western version of Maplestory 2 was taking so long to launch, when it has been available in Korea and China for some time now. He stated that the multiple beta tests were striving to provide a better game service for players, which is somewhat of a given, but he did go on to give a specific example from the previous closed beta test, announcing that the proposed North American server will be split into a West Coast and East Coast server, as well as the addition of an Oceania server.
Korean developers Playwith Interactive announced last week that it would relaunch its MMO, ELOA, Elite Lord of Alliance, as Warlords Awakening on Steam this summer. The renamed title will launch with 5 playable classes and early access is scheduled to begin in July. ELOA has had somewhat of a bumpy ride so far. It originally launched back in 2015, but the action MMORPG failed to catch on and was shut down just 10 months later. It was relaunched after 2 months of downtime, but ultimately was taken down again in last August. But it looks like Playwith still believes in the IP and is hoping it will finally find its footing on Steam, with a new name and new publisher. 3rd time's the charm, right?
It has been an insanely busy summer so far for Pearl Abyss. After making what felt like a million new announcements post E3, the developers brought one more to the table last week by teasing their upcoming online shooter, Project K. The game was first announced in December 2017 and led by Counter-Strike creator Minh Gooseman. Project K is currently being developed for PC and Xbox One with a focus on team gameplay. Details are still scarce, so stay tuned and we'll be sure to keep you updated with all further developments.
It's StarCraft's 20th anniversary and the Linchpin esport has finally begun its very first Blizzard-owned and operated tournament this month. The Korea Starcraft League will feature 2 seasons per year, with players competing 1 versus 1 online and offline here in Seoul. Registration for the inaugural season kicked off on June 15th. The online qualifiers start this Thursday and the finals are scheduled to take place September 8th, with a prize pool of 80 million won. The tournament is open to all players, so if you missed out on your chance to register this season, don't worry. Registration for Season 2 begins on September 9th, the day right after the inaugural finals.
If you are a VR fan, it's time to dust off your running gear, because EVR Ground, the first VR experience zone to feature treadmills, opened last week. Unlike other VR experiences, Rien Park's EVR Ground utilizes treadmills to break down the boundaries of space constraints and maximize the virtual reality experience for the player. This new business model was inspired by the likes of Ready Player One. Park Ji-ho, a representative for Rian Park, also said they hope to hold esports events in the future using their technology. Visit the EVR Ground Experience Zone near Hewa Station to try it out yourself.
And from us here at Latis TV, as always, be sure to check up on our Facebook and Twitter for updates that don't quite make the news scripts in time.
And that's it for today. See you next week, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.